Hello you beautiful, beautiful people, welcome back to Forza Horizon 4, welcome back to the channel, I hope you're well. It's the season we all love to hate, it is time to slip and slide our way through winter for this week's FORZA challenges, TOURENWAGEN, for those all important 200 FORZA points and the much needed percentage towards the festival playlist. So if you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing. We are very close to 15,000 subscribers. A like rating would be much appreciated, and let's go complete this week's FORZA challenges. Now this wouldn't be a Skippy weekly FORZA video if I didn't ask if you owned Lake Lodge. If not, why not? It will double all FORZA points for all FORZA activities, daily FORZA challenges, weekly FORZA challenges, and FORZA lives every hour on the hour. Now this house can be quite expensive at 5 million credits, or it's free if you have the VIP pass. Now the vehicle needed for this week's FORZA challenges TOURENWAGEN is the Mercedes-Benz 190e 2.5 Evo. Mine is running 735 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, and can be picked up in the auto show for 150,000 credits. If you'd like to use my tune, just search my gamer tag Skippy4631 or the file name Skippy YouTube. Share code is in description and in the comments below. Now, unfortunately, no new car this week for the winter season and series 34, but we will be checking out the FORZA shop, the Horizon backstage vote, and the Super 7 reward at the end of the video. But first, let's get this week's FORZA challenges TOURENWAGEN completed. Chapter 1, I Demand. Own and drive the formidable 1990s Mercedes-Benz 190e 2.5 16 Evolution 2, a car that sold out before it was even unveiled. But own and drive then, once you've jumped into the Mercedes 190e, hop outside your festival house or castle, drive 2 seconds down the road, and High Demand completed. Now with Chapter 1, High Demand completed, owning and driving the Mercedes 190e, it's on to Chapter 2, Autobahn. Take to the highways and earn a total of 3 stars from speed traps in your Mercedes-Benz 190e. For this chapter, head on into your map and then filter by speed traps, making them a little bit easier to see and find. Now you can use any camera on the map, you don't even have to get a 3-star objective, it is 3 stars in total. I'm heading on down to the Astmoor speed trap with 140 mph 3-star target. You can even do this week's PR stunt challenge, 203 mph at the same time. Here we go then in the 190e towards the Astmoor speed trap. 140 mph is the 3-star target, and that's all we need, just 3 stars from speed traps. Through the camera at 179.41, that's 3 stars, and the required number of stars for this chapter. Autobahn completed. With Chapter 2, Autobahn completed, taking to the highways and earning 3 stars from speed traps, it's on to Chapter 3, Clean Sweep. Avoid bumping into your opponents to earn 6 clean racing skills while racing in your Mercedes-Benz 190e. Now this chapter needs to be completed within a race. I'm going to be using the Road Racing series. Use whichever racing series you find easiest, and I'm going to be heading on down to the Broadway Village circuit, where I have created a blueprint called Clean Race Skills Chapter 3. Now I've set it at 5 laps long, but this gives you a good amount of time to earn the required amount of clean racing skills needed. Here we go, 6 clean racing skills. Now the reason I've got it on unbeatable is because we start at the back of the pack, and that's where I want to be to collect my clean racing skills. I don't want to crash into anything, so I'm just going to drive around at a leisurely pace, earning clean racing skills. As I say, all I'm going to do is stick at the back of the pack, driving nice and slowly, ensuring I'm not crashing into anything. And sure enough, we are earning clean racing. After about a lap and a half of keeping out of trouble and keeping the car on the track, we earn 6 clean racing skills. That's Clean Sweep completed. With Chapter 3, Clean Sweep completed, earning 6 clean racing skills. It's on to our 4th and final chapter this week, Formation Lap. Get to grips with the excellent Mercedes-Benz 190e by driving it for a total of 20 miles. Now there's a few options to get this chapter complete. You can drive around the free roam map aimlessly for 20 miles. You can do some racing, earn some credits and some influence along the way, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to be using the Road Racing series and heading on over to the Astmoor Heritage Circuit. where once again I've created another blueprint, this time called 20 Mile Drive FORZAthon Chapter 4. Now it is 20.7 miles long, just to make sure we get the 20 miles in. No need to win this race, just got to take part, just got to do that 20 mile objective. Here we go, 20 mile drive in the Mercedes-Benz 190e. Like I say, no reason to win this race, this is purely just for the mileage. But if you complete this race, you get somewhere around 82,000 credits and 24,000 implements. As we reach the halfway point of this 20 mile drive, I want to give a massive shout out and a thank you to all the channel members. Pearl Jam, Assumed, Justin, Peter, Dragon, Terry, Stephen, Strife, Kevin, Zeta, David, Carlton, Easy, Owen and James. Thank you all so much for going the extra mile to support the channel. You can also become a channel member, there is a link in the description below. As we reach the 92% mark of this sprint race, we complete Chapter 4, Formation Lap, drive the 190e for 20 miles. Now it's this week's FORZAthon challenges, Touring Wagon completed. Let's head on over to the FORZAthon shop and check out what's there this week. And here is this week's FORZAthon shop. First car for grabs, the 2019 Rimac Concept 2, 600 FORZAthon points. And the second week in a row, we've seen a fully electric car in the shop. Second car for grabs, the 1972 Hoonigan Chevrolet Napalm Nova, 350 FORZAthon points. We've got the backspin emote and the funeral march car horn, which sounds a little bit like this. 75 FORZAthon points for each of those. I don't actually own the funeral march car horn, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. And as always, if you're feeling lucky and got any spare FORZAthon points knocking around, you can grab yourself a normal wheel spin for 40 FORZAthon points. Or you can nab yourself a super duper wheel spin for 150 FORZAthon points. Now both of these cars are absolutely flooded in the auction house right now. The Napalm Nova goes for around 300,000 credits and the Concept 2 goes for about 6.5. Now it all comes down to if you want to spend credits or you want to spend FORZAthon points. If you are running low on FORZAthon points, definitely save them for another week. Spend the credits in the auction house. The Concept 2 is definitely worth it though, 600 FORZAthon points. We've seen it as a reward quite a lot in the playlist and the FORZAthon shop, but definitely worth picking up if you don't own it already. Let's head on over to Horizon Backstage and check out this week's vote. Now Horizon Backstage, as I'm sure you're all aware, is a short drive from the festival site and can be accessed from free roam. You can even hop into your Pearls menu, slide on over to the Cars tab and enter Horizon Backstage from there. Now last week's vote saw the Hummer Open Top go up against the Moser NT900S, with the Hummer Open Top winning that vote and is now available for purchase in Horizon Backstage, which I think is a good thing. The Moser is absolutely flooded in the auction house. The Hummer is definitely the rarer car. Now this week's vote, however, and let me know in the comments which one you're voting for. We've got the Jeep Wrangler DD up against the Chevrolet Chevelle 67. Now for me, it's got to be the Jeep Wrangler DD. It's the cooler car of the two. The Chevelle is probably the rarer of the two, but that Jeep Wrangler DD is definitely the cooler car. But with Horizon Backstage vote out the way, let's go ahead and check out this week's Super 7 reward. This week's Super 7 reward is the Porsche 917 LH. To add this car to your garage, complete all 7 challenge cars within the Super 7 to add that car to your garage. Now I know some of you had some trouble last week, it was only showing a Super wheel spin. Hopefully this week is better and you can see that the Porsche 917 LH is this week's reward. But there we go, that's this week's FORZAthon shop, the Horizon Backstage vote, the Super 7 reward and this week's FORZAthon challenges Touring Wagon completed for 200 FORZAthon points and the much needed 15% towards that winter season. If you have any questions about this week's FORZAthon challenges, do drop me a comment below. I'll do my best to help you out. But as always, thank you so much for watching. If you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing. Like I said, we're very close to 15,000 subscribers. We'll also be completing the rest of the festival playlist the next couple of days live here on the channel. But stay safe and have an awesome day.